Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Ba'ishim, Rakah Kodash, Barakatum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Ba'ishim, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to Akim out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the brother Raya with another video, and I'm going to start it off in 2nd Esdras chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, which is what the men of the Lord do by constantly staying in these scriptures and watching the news and filtering the news through the scriptures to see which prophecies are coming to their fulfillment. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the Highest will begin to visit the world which he made for the wickedness committed by the people on it, chiefly by you Edomites, or so-called white people, and 2/3 of you Israelites, or so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are hard-headed and refuse to hearken back unto your power, Yahweh Ba'ishim Yahushai. Verse 3, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, which are happening damn near daily all across the planet, and uproars of the people in the world. You've had protests in India, Lebanon, France, Hong Kong, Iraq, Iran, South America, etc., etc. And with this coronavirus spreading to these different countries across the planet and causing these governments to put their populations on lockdown, expect to see more uproars of the people as they get scared during these quarantines and start fighting each other to get their hands on whatever goods they can at these stores. Verse 4, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And if you have that spiritual eye salve, you can clearly see that this end is manifesting right before us. We're living in the last seconds of these last days, the last seconds of the rulership of the heathens, chiefly Esau, Edom, before the return of Yahushai HaMashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and the coming in of the kingdom of heaven, where the Israelites will rule for eternity. And another example of this end being manifest and us measuring the times diligently is this article I'll be reading from on strangesounds.org titled, Birds Keep Falling Dead from the Sky, at least 1,000 in Missouri, 650 vultures in Guinea-Bissau, and 50 in India. Birds dying off is another indicator of the end times. This is Zephaniah chapter 1. I'm going to read verse 2 through 3. I will utterly consume all things from off the land, saith Yahweh. And that word consume means to kill off. I will consume man and beast. An example of a man being consumed are these different wars that are going on right now, the wars and rumors of wars, and this coronavirus, which is starting to kill off a lot of people. And with the way things are looking, it looks like a lot more people are going to get killed off. And beasts getting consumed off the land, or these different pestilences killing off animals, such as the African swine fever in China, which has killed off hundreds of millions of pigs. And then you've got those forest fires that happened in Australia that killed off about 1 billion animals. I will consume the fowls of the heaven. Back to the title of that article, Birds Keep Falling Dead from the Sky, at least 1,000 in Missouri, 650 vultures in Guinea-Bissau, and 50 in India. And first and foremost, while it's all through the will of Yahweh Ba'ishim Yahushai that these birds are dying, there are a lot of factors out there leading to these birds dying. For one, you've had a resurgence of the bird flu in India, Saudi Arabia, China, and even Germany, killing off birds. And the fishes of the sea. And you've got also a mass die-off of fishes happening, not only from these pollutants getting poured into the ocean, killing off the marine life, but I did an article a couple of months ago on how the oceans have actually been heating up along the Pacific coast of the U.S., which is killing off a lot of fishes. And it's also a vicious circle, because also in that article I used in that video, not only were the fishes dying off, but the birds that traveled along the Pacific coast of the U.S. were dying off because they didn't have food to consume, which plays back into the Most High consuming the fowls of heaven. And the stumbling blocks with the wicked, and I will cut off man from the land, saith Yahweh. And what's going on right now is just the tip of the iceberg of what's about to befall the people on this planet for their wickedness. Race wars are coming, civil wars are coming, and a nuclear World War III is coming, where nuclear missiles are going to be shot to the ends of the earth and kill off a large amount of people. And everybody in the United States of America that isn't an Israelite of the elect is going to be utterly consumed by that nuclear fire. But without trailing too far off topic, let's get back to this article. Thousands of dead birds have been reported falling dead from the sky in recent weeks around the world. I will consume the fowls of heaven. The latest 3 massacres occurred in Missouri, Guinea-Bissau, and India. There is something weird going on in the air, in our atmosphere. Since a few weeks, I keep reporting about birds' mass die-off, mysteriously falling from the sky. Some of the latest events happened, for example, in Spain, in the US, and in the UK. Now you can add to those mysterious bird mass die-offs those of more than 1,000 birds in Missouri, more than 650 vultures in Guinea-Bissau, and more than 50 birds in India. And please explain why thousands of birds are falling dead from the skies every day. You have an idea? It's Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai beginning to visit the world which he made for the wickedness of the people thereon. More than 1,000 birds in Sikeston, Missouri. More than 1,000 dead birds, red-winged blackbirds, brown-headed cowbirds, grackles, and European starlings were found in the fields along Wakefield Road on the west side of Sikeston, Missouri on March 1st, 2020, the year of prophecy. There were also many birds showing signs of physical injury in areas near the road. Let's play this video real quick. And what I wanted to focus on in this little sentence is where it says there were also many birds showing signs of physical injury. That plays into Hosea 4 verse 3. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yeah, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. And hey, the fowls of heaven are languishing in Missouri. Not only did that video show dead birds, but it showed birds that were heavily injured and sick. And when we go into that word languish in the Strongs, it's H535.
Strong's H535. Amal. Basilius Lexicon.
To be weak, to droop, to languish, to be exhausted. Past participant of the heart, to be weak, to droop, to be or grow feeble, to languish. There were also many birds showing signs of physical injury, languishing. You can't get around these scriptures. 100% truth is through these scriptures, and it's mainly GMS or Great Millstone that's breaking it down in 100% truth and clarity. What's that? Salakia. Officials believe they were killed by extreme weather sweeping across the region as reports of dead birds began on Sunday, around the time a thunderstorm moved through the area, accompanied with high winds, lightning, and some hail. Specimens were collected and will be examined in the next few days to determine the cause of this massive die-off. At least 650 vultures found dead in Guinea-Bissau. Hundreds of vultures have been found dead in Guinea-Bissau over the past 10 days. As of February 28th, the known death toll was placed at 648, and this figure continues to rise in what represents a massive blow to the country's vulture populations. Got a video right here, which I'm not going to play. Last week, an incident was reported in the eastern province of Bafata, which was initially thought to have caused around 200 vulture deaths. However, the death tolls subsequently increased substantially, and poisoning doesn't seem to be the cause. That has since become more confusing. Indeed, dead birds were found across several areas within Bafata province. However, poisoning incidences are typically more concentrated. The precise cause of death remains to be established, and I will consume the fowls of the heavens from the earth. Birds fall dead from trees in India. Around 50 white-throated laughing thrush birds mysteriously fell down from trees in a forest in Uttarakhand, India. The forest ranger in charge said there are two possibilities behind the death of the birds in such large numbers. Either the group ate pesticide-smeared food thrown away by people in the forest, or they died of some infectious disease. And as I said earlier in the video, the bird flu has popped back up in India, which has led to them starting to kill off birds so people don't get infected. And added, this is the first incident of mass death of birds in the district. It may even be the first of its kind in Uttarakhand, as I have never heard of mass death of birds during my 20-year stay in the Himalayan foothills. What's going on with the air we breathe? Are we also going to fall to the ground soon? Meanwhile, thousands of sparrows are blocking the road to a village in China. More ecosystem collapse back in 2 Esdras chapter 9. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And the end is manifesting right before our eyes, Akim. So now more than ever, you should have that fire in your spirit to be pushing this word as hard as you possibly can. We just recently had the Passover, and things always increase after the Passover. So stay vigilant and do whatever you can to keep in this truth and not fall out so close to the finish line. And as always, I hope this video was edifying. I'm going to say Abba Bol, Kwam Yasharala. Till next time, Shalom.